Hello, seventh graders. Happy Halloween. We're going to go ahead and get rolling with class today. At this point, you should have done Wuzzles. I need to peek in and see how this is going. I haven't been keeping up with the competition, so I hope you're having fun with those. Um, at this point, you should also have your Unit 5 learning map and vocab in front of you. So why don't we go ahead and update our table of contents if you can flip to that page at the front of your binder. And our date again is 31st of October. You have your learning map and vocab going in. This is pages 33 and 34. So I'll go ahead and let Mrs. Hackle hit pause up on the smartboard or on the video so that you can get this updated. And then when you're done, I would like you to flip to page 33. We're going to start right there with your learning map. Fairly short unit. Honestly, guys, we're going to cover this in about 5 days. It's short, sweet, and to the point. This will be your first grade for quarter 2, and we'll talk a little bit more about this here in just a minute. So please go through and complete the pre-test as I read your learning targets to you. Learning target 1.1, I can explain the roles of the 3 branches of government, and then 5.1, I can figure out the meaning of words and phrases as they're used in the text. So if we flip to the backside, I believe it's 9 new vocabulary words that you have for this unit. So basically what Unit 5 is, I used to combine Unit 4 and Unit 5 because you just got done going over the Constitution, Bill of Rights, things like that. And what Learning Target 1.1 is just a part of the Constitution, right? It lays out how our 3 branches of government function and how they work together. When I used to combine the units, it ended up being just too much, and so it's easier to split it up into 2. Plus, it's short and sweet. We can have a little bit of fun after this unit is done. So again, your pre-test should be done. You should have marked down yes, no, or perhaps you checked both boxes for that maybe. Again, roughly 9 words. If we look here, I'm not doing pictures for you this time again either. I'm just cutting you loose. It's quarter 2. You've had 9 weeks to kind of get into the swing of things. At this point, guys, you know how to be a 7th grader and how to go about studying and preparing for those vocabulary tests. So if we look, we have pardon. This is freedom from punishment. Executive order is a non-legislative directive that's issued by the president, and it has the force of congressional law. So basically, this allows the president to sign laws when needed by kind of bypassing Congress. And we'll look more at this tomorrow and how this is used. You have some presidents who really like to use executive order and they maybe abuse it to some extent, and then others who don't. They're very hands off. Again, we'll take a closer look at this tomorrow, and you'll even get a peek at it on Friday. Veto is our next word. That's to cancel a law. Impeach, to bring charges against a public official. Federal system, a system of government in which power is distributed between a central government and individual states. We have appoint, to choose or name someone for an office or duty. Bill is a law that has been proposed to Congress but not yet passed. So it's kind of like a baby law. Like, it's been brought up, but it's not the real deal. They got to vote on it, take all sorts of measures. A delegate is a person who is designated to represent a group of people, and a law is a rule that is enforced by the government. Overall, fairly easy vocabulary words. I don't think you should have a problem. However, here we go. Today, here's kind of your to-do list. You got to... Ooh, got it. Here's your to-do list for today. You got to have some fun. We started with Wuzzles, low-key CNN 10, got caught up on the news. All right. Now, for the rest of the hour, kind of a hodgepodge day. You're making vocabulary flashcards. Why? This test will be the first grade for quarter 2. There's no sense in tanking. Okay? You get 2 vocab words wrong, you get an automatic 7 out of 10. That's a 70% for that learning target. Tests are 50% of your grade. So if I'm going to be honest with you guys, failing vocab would be really, 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 really silly. All right? I'm making you make flashcards. If I have to, Mrs. Hackle can walk around and have everybody show her your flashcards tomorrow for a grade. And she can write it down, let me know, we'll throw it in the grade book. And if we have to, we'll even save that for a quarter 2 grade for daily points. So just get it done, have them. I'm going to let Mrs. Hackle decide if this is graded or not. This one's on her. Missing work. Couple of things. Make sure you have turned in that Google Slides project for the American Revolution. That is my grading project for the next couple of days. All right. Missing assignment sheets. Mrs. Hackle has them. She can hand them out to you. I went through. There are anywhere from 11 to 19 kids in each hour that have missing work in their other classes. If you're all caught up on social studies, once your vocab flashcards are done today, you are spending the rest of the hour getting your missing work done for your other classes. Quarter ends on Friday, guys. Let's get it done. Most of you are doing a really great job. You might just have one or two things missing. Take this opportunity. You have a teacher who is giving you a chance in class to do work for your other classes. Get something done and turn it in, all right? Some form of a grade is better than nothing, right? 5 points is better than nothing. So get your missing work in, take the time to work on it. If you don't have missing work, you're caught up in everything, you are reading AR. You need 30 points by Friday. If you have 30 points already, great, good for you. However, come Monday, you're going to need 30 more points for quarter two. So you might as well go ahead and get a jump start. That said, there's plenty of things to be doing right now. Just some general announcements for grading. Last couple of things that are going into the grade book. All right. Yesterday's test, I need to get that still. That'll go in, I think, how many learning, was that 4 learning targets? So 40 points. For tests, tests are 50% of your grade. American Revolution Slides Project, that's 30 points for daily work. Bell ringers will be a hefty amount. That'll be daily work. And then AR will go in as 5% of your overall grade. So in terms of social studies, you guys, those are the last couple things going into the grade book. I'm hoping, again, projects will be in by the time the weekend is done. If I don't have things or I'm not seeing them, you have basically 1 or 2 mercy days next week to get something turned into me. But if I don't have it, it's going in as missing, and that's kind of on you at this point. I'm still getting things, and that was due, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So please, again, get those things done. Behavior. At this point, again, I'm under the assumption that you are being absolutely remarkable for your sub. I'm hoping that this kind of general structure of what we got going on is working for you. I really, really miss you guys. But I know that, again, the best thing you can be doing for me is just behaving and being respectful for Mrs. Hackle. If you're going about that every day, you can't let me down. All right. Another general announcement. We have Mr. Troy Anthony was born on Saturday, October 27th at 11:21. He weighs 2 pounds and is 14 and a half inches long. So while Mrs. L was put in the hospital to kind of watch what was happening with her body, baby was still growing inside. Didn't grow much. Because I was so sick, he was only able to grow a certain amount. Saturday morning at about 3:30, my body had enough and things were starting to shut down. So he was here by 11:21. So it happened fast. I wasn't feeling good, and he was here in less than 8 hours. So I have a couple pictures for you guys. I do want to preface that he's in the NICU, so he's in the neonatal intensive care unit. He's so perfectly formed, you guys. His little fingers and his toes, and he's got this full head of hair, which you can't see very well. He does have a mask on, so don't be alarmed by that. Troy can actually breathe for the most part on his own. That little mask is just there to help him. He has a super strong heart. His heart is basically as strong as like a 37 to 40 week old baby. So a baby who is full term. And I had him 10, 11 weeks early. So again, don't be surprised by some of the pictures, but I'm really excited to share him with you. So here we go. He's all curled up. Again, he looks just like he's just a perfect tiny little baby. So this is his little CPAP mask that we see here. Just goes right on his nose, helps him breathe. He likes to drool a lot. He's super feisty and likes to flail his arms. They kind of, if you look here, he's got his little straps. He likes to kick and things like that, which they try to not let him do too much of because it's still not good for him just yet because he's so little. But he's super feisty and rowdy. Here we go again. again, just looks like a tiny little baby. But that mask is really helping him, and he's good. His little diaper, I need to bring one in when I come back. They're so little and he just sinks in them, but he's doing really well. So here's his little footprint. This is a picture my mom took. You can see her thumb there on the bottom just to kind of give you an idea of how small it is. His hands, though, he's got these big hands and these long fingers and just the cutest little fingernails. Trying to see, yep, you can see some of his hair here in this picture. Just a whole bunch of hair. There's his little foot again. And this one. I haven't gotten to hold him yet, but I did get to help do a couple diaper changes, which was really, really cool. And just to kind of give you an idea for size, how small he is, that's his hand. There's my finger. His face is a little swollen. Like if you look up here by his eyes, his little CPAP machine gets him kind of swelled up. But otherwise, he's super good. Again, you guys, he's breathing really well for the most part on his own. He has a super strong heart and everything is good. The first couple days here have been really good days, and some days are going to be bad days, but I think that we got a little fighter on our hands. His survival rate is extremely high. It's like 98%. So if anything is to happen to him, it's just, I don't know, at that point it's kind of out of our hands, but Troy Anthony he's a strong little fella. And I was excited to share him with you today. So I know some of you have been emailing me about different assignments and things like that. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get back to you. For those of you who emailed me your congratulations, I'm sorry I haven't been able to get back to you. Thank you guys so much for being so well behaved and so patient. I'm super relieved that he's here and that he's okay and he's healthy. He's tiny, but he sure is strong. And at this point, when is he coming home? His due date is was supposed to be January 9th. And so they say generally around that due date. I would be really excited if I could bring him home over Christmas break. But I know that that's even kind of a big dream. So we'll see. I got released today. I'm back at my mom and dad's right now. I can't drive for 2 weeks because of the C-section. And so I'll be kind of camping out in Glendon and then going up to the hospital and spending most of my days up there with him. But I am hoping that maybe after Thanksgiving I can sneak in for a day and come and see you guys. Because like I said, I really miss you. So thank you so much for being so well behaved and staying on top of things. Again, submit your stuff, get your missing work done, get those flashcards done. And you will unfortunately have to listen to me again tomorrow when we look at the 3 branches of government, which is not as exciting as some of you think. But I promise I'll do my best to entertain you. So I will chat with you then. Get your stuff done. Miss you guys. Bye.